Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I want to talk about a little fairy I have, or a fairy, more exactly about the DarkRiders and the Soulriders powers. And I also want to talk about some of the updates in May that I have not mentioned yet. So I first want to start about the DarkRiders and Soulriders powers. Yeah, I was a little surprised after the storyline quest, and you may or may not have already read my thoughts about it in my community post and or the description. So what I saw during the storyline quest at the end of it was Sabine actually doing the portals, and I was like, you have the sun powers, or the dark sun powers then? I thought she always had fire powers, and sure, the sun is really closely related to fire. Well, the sun is one big fireball, but I just don't remember another time when Sabine has done portals before. But that must have been a while ago when they reinvented all the DarkRiders, when they assigned them their powers, etc. That seems to have changed. Well, Sabine, in the book too, her powers go a little bit further than just sun or fire, because I remember Sabine, she hurt Linda really badly in the second book. Yeah, how canon it still is now. I'd say it's still pretty canon, but yeah, if it's officially, probably not. But she hurt Linda really badly. She cut her and Linda got infected really quickly, high fever. She was really suffering from just one cut of Sabine, and I don't know if she still has that. Sabine is a bit tigerish, I'd say so. So yeah, it seems they changed her powers. I also remember in the past that one storyline quest and I did it in winter. That quest, when we discovered that she was fake, or that she was lying to us, and then at Silverglade Manor she takes the old Silverglade road and Khan's hoofprints are left burning in the ground. I remember that because I played it when there was snow in StarStableOnline, the old snow. So that was really memorable, and the hoofprints actually stood out back then. Oh, it's really too bad that I wasn't a YouTuber back then. I just was so into playing the game. I guess I didn't have time for YouTube videos either, because I was just playing and didn't really think about it. But either way, I kind of wish it now, because I would have loved to have that old footage, but yeah, it didn't happen, so it is what it is. Well, either way, back on topic. So you could basically say that Sabine sort of is opposite or similar to Anne, considering powers, but also when it comes to character, Anne and Sabine, they are both leaders. They would both be standing at the front, and they are both quite strong. Oh my, Sabine, her hit was so strong, she got me off the map and I failed the quest. That was like BAM! And yeah, it's going to be interesting at the end, because what I'm telling about now, in one scene it all aligns. So yeah, there we have Sabine with the sun powers making the portals, and yeah, Anne can do that too. I wonder in what many more ways you could use those powers. Yeah, maybe even you could travel into somebody's mind or whatsoever. So many creative ways in which you could use powers. Alright, but then on to the next one. Then we also have Lisa, of course. She is a healer. She cures life with her music. And her opposite sort of would be Katja. Katja is also musical, and her power is then ice, and that stands more for death, for destruction, winter. Lisa would then maybe be Summer. And yeah, that's so interesting too. But I think those two characters, they have been changed the least amount, or they had the least amount of change, to say so. Like Katja's powers remained pretty similar, although no, not entirely. Katja has not always been entirely the same when it comes to powers. I remember this time when she possessed James, she also possessed him in Starshine Legacy. Alex had to save him then too. And she also possessed him in the game in StarStableOnline. I remember that, one of the earlier storyline quests when we had to help him with Mrs. Holdsworth. That was also a part of Katja's powers. Could also have been in the sort of moon powers back then, have been like that. But she hasn't displayed those powers again in the newer storyline quest. Yeah, I really, when the entire game is graphically updated and the characters, everything, then I want to replay all the storyline quests. I just want to know how it is, this whole renewed storyline quest, what it is like now, the differences, etc. Because I just feel like the changes that have happened, I feel like I'm missing some information. But yeah, one day it will happen. But first they gotta have every area and every character updated, because then I have it all at once, and the new storyline quest and the new graphics, new characters, then it's just one complete image, and then it just makes sense to say so. Yeah, just a full picture. That was the word I was looking for. Full picture then. So yeah, I guess, Katja kinda had sort of moon powers back then as well. They really changed the DarkRiders quite a lot. The Soulriders not that much considering powers actually. A little bit when it comes to personalities and stuff, but not really when it comes to powers. Yeah, the musical aspect, that's new. Not for Lisa. For Lisa it was all pretty much the same. She always had these healing powers coming from the star powers. So you could say that they are sort of opposite. And then we have Alex with her lightning powers. Well, yeah, I first thought that Alex and Sabine were sort of similar or opposites. But it would then actually be Erissa. And that also makes sense. Like Alex and Erissa, they are both hot-headed. I think Erissa even more. How Erissa immediately attacked Maya like that in the first storyline quest in which we met her. Like, oh, that was really... Gee, that girl has a really bad temper. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Erissa is the most fearful one of them all. I don't know, I feel like she has something ancient too. I think she would be the oldest DarkRider, to say so, considering soul and experience, etc. But Erissa, her powers do really stink, she hurts. And she also creates, that's also what fire does. Her powers, they're kind of reddish colored, to say so. It does seem kind of like fire power. Or lightning. A bit like Alex. Sort of opposite, sort of similar. But yeah, they both could be. Alex is definitely the warrior, but Erissa with her character, she is definitely a warrior too, like that. Like, oh man, that bitch is crazy. Would not want to meet her in a dark alley alone. I think she's more intelligent than she seems. Also with this girly farm she has, masking her real identity, actually being very dangerous. It's very smart, because anybody could be like, oh, want to help this girl, I'm gonna help her, and then in the blink of an eye she harms you. She is smarter than she looks. Then now about Jessica. Jessica, her powers have also been changed. In the past, she was actually the one with the sun powers, because I remember her sending Concord to Pandora, even though it was just his soul. That's what I mean with how creative you can get with powers, making portals. You can also portal perhaps into somebody's mind, like I already mentioned, or indeed like she did, send Concord's soul into Pandora. And she did that in the books as well. But then now her powers are totally changed. She has illusionary powers. The dark moon, you could say so. She could, or you could say that she sort of is an opposite of Linda. Because Linda, well, obviously she has moon powers, and she is always pictured with a full moon. You could say that Jessica then has something to do, connections with the dark moon, the new moon, with her the fake or the deceptive visions and or illusions. Yeah, so you could kind of say that Linda and Jessica, they are sort of opposites. It's so interesting how things have been changed. That Jessica, she had the sun powers first, and now she has dark moon powers actually. I also remember how Anne in the book, she described Jessica as something spider-like. Yeah, Jessica J is just the name. I'm still so used to Jessica. I don't know, I can't get used to that new name. It's just been going on for too long, that old name, and I guess I'm just going to keep calling her that, because I'm just gonna stick to Jessica for so long now. Yeah. Then have I skipped anyone? No. Well, like I explained in another fairy video, I think we are the opposite of darker sort of, or maybe even similar in ways. But the interesting thing that aligns with it, during the scene when they take the Soulrider, you see Linda is being taken by Jessica, Lisa is being taken by Katja, Alex is being taken by Erissa, and Anne is being taken by Sabine. Like, does that sort of confirm my thoughts about that, or even just align? It's just, I was just thinking about that during this quest, and then I realized in that scene, hey, that is exactly how they stood. Who took who? So that was just a really interesting alignment about that. Also a little power comparison according to how the DarkRiders hit us in this storyline quest. I would definitely say that Sabine is the strongest, since she just knocked us right off the map. Like, she is a real powerhouse, and Erissa is as well. Erissa also hit us really hard. And then I would say Katja also hit us quite strong, sort of strong. And Jessica's hit was the weakest. Maybe her powers are just a little bit more versatile. I would say that hers, she didn't hit us, well, she hit us, but not as strong. She didn't get us as far as Sabine and Erissa. Erissa and Sabine are crazy and so clearly firepower. Maybe Katja and Jessica, then they probably have a bit of a milder temperament in comparison to Sabine and Erissa. I don't know, perhaps. Oh, holy moly, that hit from Sabine. I don't know who's more hot-headed, Sabine or Erissa. No, Erissa definitely. Sabine, yeah, she keeps it together a little bit better. She's a little bit more composed, to say so, than Erissa. I also felt like making an overview of the past versus present powers of the DarkRiders. So here it is for you guys. Enjoy it. I just really like to make that for myself as well. Then just in one view you can see those differences, their powers then and their powers now. So that was it for this video. I know I said I was also going to do some of the minor May updates, but I feel it doesn't really fit into the theme of this video. I could do it, but this week we are also going to get a new side quest, so I'm just going to include the rest of May in that video then as well. So see you in that next one. Have a good day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye!